Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm NDL Gamer, and today we're continuing the Pokemon Build series. I'll guide you on how to build Supreme Pokemon in the Safari Zone. In this episode, we'll focus on the grass area of the Safari Zone. Since catching Supreme Pokemon is usually very challenging, you can use whichever Pokemon you manage to catch without worrying too much about which one is stronger. In Pokemon games, there's usually a counter for every Pokemon, so there's no such thing as the best Pokemon. First of all, you'll find Celebi here. It's also available in the Gashapon section for Gen 2, and you can exchange for it in the guild shop. Being part of a strong guild will greatly benefit you in this regard. First, Celebi is a dual grass/psychic type Pokemon, which makes it vulnerable to many types that deal 2x damage, and especially to bug type moves, which deal 4x damage. This means it's particularly weak against Pokemon like Butterfree. However, it takes less damage from 6 other types, including Fighting and Ground, both of which are known for their high offensive power. Despite this, due to its weakness to 6 types, 2x damage, and bug type moves, 4x damage, I recommend building it for a fast offensive playstyle. Its ability Natural Cure allows it to remove any status conditions when you switch it out. This can be useful, but considering Celebi's low survivability, whether this ability activates or not might not make much of a difference. Looking at its stats, Celebi has a balanced base stat of 100 across the board. A speed stat of 100 is solid, allowing it to outspeed many Pokemon. Its HP and defensive stats can help it withstand attacks reasonably well. However, its attack and special attack, both at 100, are not particularly impressive. As I mentioned earlier, its dual typing leaves it quite vulnerable, so you can't rely on it as a tank. That said, Celebi's moveset mainly consists of healing skills and includes Perish Song, a powerful but tricky move to use. When you use Perish Song, both Celebi and the opponent will faint if they remain on the field for 3 turns. To make the most of this moveset, you'll need to build Celebi as a tank, focusing on maximizing HP, defense, and special defense. Additionally, activating its Natural Cure ability is essential, as you'll need to switch Celebi out before the 3rd turn to avoid fainting from Perish Song. Why do I recommend playing Celebi as a tank? Because its offensive moves often come with drawbacks. For example, Leaf Storm reduces its special attack by 2 stages after use, and Future Sight requires 1 turn to charge before it attacks. If you try to build Celebi for a fast offensive playstyle, it won't survive long enough to be effective. Here's the skill set I recommend: Perish Song, Leech Seed, Baton Pass, Leaf Storm. 1. Start with Leech Seed to drain the opponent's HP while healing Celebi. 2. Follow up with Perish Song to ensure any Pokemon that hears the song will faint in 3 turns. 3. Use Baton Pass to switch Celebi out safely before the 3rd turn while keeping its buffs or status effects intact. 4. Alternatively, if you can KO the opponent directly, use Leaf Storm without relying on the 3 prior steps. This strategy allows Celebi to disrupt opponents while maximizing its survivability and utility. For held items, you can use Leftovers to restore HP every turn, helping Celebi survive longer. Focus Sash to avoid being one-hit KO'd, ensuring Celebi survives at least 1 turn. Surviving the 1st turn is crucial to executing your strategy. At a minimum, Celebi needs to use Perish Song and then Baton Pass immediately. In this case, you can skip Leech Seed entirely if necessary. This approach prioritizes setting up Perish Song safely while ensuring Celebi remains viable for other scenarios. Next is Moltres, a dual fire flying type Pokemon. This typing has fewer weaknesses, taking 2x damage from water and electric type moves and 4x damage from rock type moves. On the defensive side, Moltres benefits significantly from its typing. It takes half damage from fire, steel, fighting, and fairy type moves. It takes only 1/4 damage from bug and grass type moves. It's immune to ground type moves, which is a key strength of flying types. Based on its dual typing alone, Moltres is already quite strong defensively. Moltres has 2 possible abilities, each supporting a different playstyle. 1. Pressure. This ability causes any move used against Moltres to consume 2 PP instead of 1, regardless of whether it hits or misses. With this ability, you can build Moltres as a tank to outlast opponents by depleting their PP. This strategy works especially well in longer battles. 2. Flame Body. This ability has a 30% chance to burn any Pokemon that makes contact with Moltres. While the chance may seem low, Moltres' good survivability increases the likelihood of this ability activating. Burning opponents reduces their physical attack damage, making it highly useful for weakening physical attackers. Both abilities have their strengths, but Flame Body is particularly effective if you want to take advantage of Moltres' natural bulk and force opponents into a disadvantageous position. Looking at its stats, Moltres has a solid special attack of 125 and speed of 90, which are quite decent. Its defense and special defense aren't particularly low, but they're not high enough to make it a great tank. Therefore, I recommend building Moltres as a sweeper for a better advantage. For the build, focus on maximizing special attack and speed, and allocate any remaining points into HP. For IVs, prioritize speed and special attack to maximize its offensive potential and allow it to outspeed and deal heavy damage to opponents. For moves, you can consider the following options. 1. Agility. Use this to boost your speed if you're confident that your opponent won't be able to KO you. The goal is to sweep through later Pokemon after setting up. 2. Roost. This helps restore HP, but keep in mind it temporarily removes Moltres' flying typing. This can be useful for healing, but be cautious of its downside. For offensive moves, Heat Wave and Air Slash are solid choices for damage dealing with good stab, same type attack bonus. If you're feeling more adventurous, Hurricane offers high damage but comes with only a 75% accuracy, making it a bit risky. Burn Up deals high damage, but it comes with the downside of making Moltres lose its fire typing after use, meaning the next time you use it, you'll lose out on the stab bonus. You'll only get the full 50% stab damage on the first use. Depending on how aggressive you want to be, you can opt for safer moves like Heat Wave and Air Slash, or take a risk with Hurricane and Burn Up for more power. For the held item, Wise Glasses is a great choice. It boosts Moltres' special attack without any side effects, unlike Choice Specs, which restricts you to using only one move until you switch out. Wise Glasses provide a reliable power boost for Moltres' offensive capabilities without the limitations, making it a more flexible option for sweeping. Next is Volcanion, a dual water-fire type Pokemon, which is a rare typing. This dual typing gives it fewer weaknesses and no type deals 4x damage to it. It has only 3 types that deal 2x damage: Electric, Ground, and Rock. Volcanion benefits from its water absorbability, which not only makes it immune to water-type moves, but also heals 1/4 of its HP when hit by a water-type attack. However, due to its fire typing, it can be a target for water-type Pokemon. This dual typing makes Volcanion quite resilient as it takes reduced damage from several strong types, 1/4 damage from fire, ice, steel, and bug-type moves, 1/2 damage from fairy-type moves. While Volcanion is excellent as a tank, I personally prefer to play it offensively. For moves, if you want to play it safe, you can stick with the standard build. However, if you're feeling adventurous, you can consider these riskier options. 1. Steam Eruption, a powerful water-type move with a chance to burn the target. 2. Flare Blitz, a strong fire-type move, but it will deal 1/3 of the damage back to Volcanion as recoil. 3. Overheat, high damage, but it lowers your special attack after use. You can reset this by switching Volcanion out or use Haze to clear all stat changes for both Pokemon on the field. 4. Body Slam, a reliable physical attack move with a good chance to paralyze the opponent. 5. Explosion, a high-risk, high-reward move with a base power of 250, which can be used to deal massive damage, but it causes Volcanion to faint. The choice of moves depends on whether you prefer a more consistent, safe strategy or a high-risk, high-reward playstyle. For a risky strategy, Life Orb is an excellent held item. It boosts both special attack and physical attack by 1.3x, making Volcanion even more powerful. However, the downside is that it causes Volcanion to lose some HP with each attack, so you'll need to be cautious about how long you can sustain that. If you're going for this high-risk, high-reward build, you should focus on maximizing both special attack and physical attack to fully utilize the damage boost from Life Orb. Just make sure to manage your HP carefully. Outside of the Safari Zone, you can obtain Volcanion in several ways. 1. Legendary Pokemon Quest. You can catch it at level 53 during the quest for legendary Pokemon. 2. Gacha. It is available in Generation 6 Gacha pulls. 3. Shop. You can also purchase Volcanion at the Honor Shop. These are great alternatives if you're looking to add Volcanion to your team outside of the Safari Zone. In addition, there's Registeel, which I haven't caught yet, and it's not available in any shops or gacha pulls, so I can't create a guide for it at the moment. However, based on its stats, it's a great choice as a tanker. Its steel typing provides excellent defensive capabilities, and its stats are impressive, with 150 in both physical defense and special defense, making it a solid defensive Pokemon. Its HP is 80, which is decent but not exceptional. For ability, I suggest using one that prevents stat drops from your opponents. This will help Registeel maintain its tanky role effectively. As for moves, you don't necessarily need any status moves. You can go with the following. Bulldoze. This move not only deals damage, but also lowers the opponent's speed. Iron Head, a steel-type move with a 30% chance to flinch the opponent. Heavy Slam, a powerful move that uses Registeel's weight to calculate damage. Superpower, a high damage move, but it lowers Registeel's defense and special defense. Curse, you can also use Curse to boost attack and defense, making it even tankier. If the game adds Held White Herb in the future, giving it to Registeel would allow it to reset any stat reductions. These moves, combined with Registeel's naturally high defensive stats, make it an excellent tanker for any team. Alternatively, you can build Registeel as a special attacker. Here's a suggested moveset. Flash Cannon, a reliable steel-type move with 80 base power and a 10% chance to lower the opponent's special defense. Hyper Beam, a high damage move that requires recharging on the next turn. Lock On, guarantees that your next attack will hit, which pairs well with moves that have low accuracy. Zap Cannon, a powerful move with 50% accuracy that always paralyzes the target if it hits. Using Lock On before Zap Cannon ensures it lands, delivering significant damage and inflicting paralysis. This build leverages Registeel's decent special attack while adding utility through status effects like paralysis. Combining Lock On and Zap Cannon is a great strategy for reliably dealing damage and controlling your opponent's speed.